Several things. First of all, we have here, again, something we haven't seen since 1945, which is a dominant power trying to basically obliterate from the map an independent country. You know, when the US invaded Afghanistan or when the US invaded Iraq, you can say a lot of things about it and criticize it in many ways. There was no question of the US annexing Iraq or turning Iraq into the 51st state of the United States. This is what is happening in Ukraine. Under this pretext or this disguise, this is what's at stake. The real aim is to annex Ukraine. If this succeeds, it brings us back to the era of war. I was struck by what the Kenyan representative to the UN Security Council said when this erupted. The Kenyan representative spoke in the name of Kenya and other African countries. And he told the Russians, look, we also are the product of a post-imperial order. The same way the Soviet Empire collapsed into different independent nations, also African nations came out of the collapse of European empires. And the basic principle of African politics ever since then was that no matter what your objections to the borders you have inherited, keep the borders. The borders are sacred. Because if we start invading neighboring countries because, hey, this is part of our countries, these people are part of our nation, there will not be an end to it. And if this now happens in Ukraine, it will be a blueprint for copycats all over the world. The other thing which is different is that we are talking about superpowers. This is not a war between Israel and Hezbollah. This is potentially a war between Russia and NATO. And even leaving aside nuclear weapons, this completely destabilizes the peace of the entire world. And again, I go back again and again to the budgets. That if Germany doubles its defense budget, if Poland doubles its defense budget, this will spread to every country in the world, and this is terrible news.